everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Lanky Woodsman. I am walking out to camp right now. As you can see, we've got beautiful flowers here out in the fields. A great day finally, sun's out. About, I don't know, 60, 65, 68 degrees, somewhere in that range. It's about what I find to be just about perfect. There's not a ton of wind. There's going to be some, so I apologize for that. There's nothing I can really do with this camera setup that I have right now. It is on my list to save up a little bit of money and set up a better camera rig. So I will touch base with you guys when I get to camp. Hey guys, made it out to camp, and I've been just kind of setting up a couple of tests for the Bark River Bravo Survivor in 3V, and I just wanted to note real quick, one thing that I got from the battle box was the Sawyer insect repellent, and this stuff so far is working real good. I literally put it on and I was being swarmed by mosquitoes. I put it on and I literally had one come to my arm, and there's another one doing it right there, and turn away. There's a ton of mosquitoes out here. I'm still going to start a fire just for that reason, but I have had them turn away from my arm, not land on me at all, so I'm going to get more of this stuff. This stuff is great. So yeah, premium insect repellent from Sawyer. Try it out. What I have going on, setting up a few of the tests that I like to do for a blade. This one's going to get a little bit more of a beating just because of what it is and how long I've been looking forward to it and what purpose it's going to serve. So this is what I have for the Bravo Survivor. I changed it back to the leather. The Kydex was actually leaving some scratches on the blade, which I wasn't ready for yet because I hadn't had it out here to beat on, and I just like to look at it. But after today I'll use a mixture of the both. I like the leather sheath just as well as the Kydex. Just on days where it's going to be poor weather, obviously I'm going to use the Kydex. So let me finish getting this set up. I'm going to start a fire, baton some wood, create some feather sticks, do some chopping, and then we'll go find something real large to chop down with this thing. I've got everything prepared to start this fire, and I'm going to go ahead because I'm not sure how well I've really broken this down in the past, but what I do to get my fire going. In the center here I have a pile of yellow birch on top of some dead birch as a base that I found over on the edge of the camp here. Then right here I have my very dry, very small pieces of pine, and that's kind of what I use. There's a dry dead pine around here because there's a ton of it to get the thing moving before I put on the more dense seasoned wood. And then I broke it down into three. So you have the very fine, you have the medium and the larger, and then you'd move on to your actual fuel. So let me get this set up here and we'll get this little fire going. Of course, let's get that on there. Smells a bit like cow shit out here today. What do we got here? There we go. Just got to take a different angle at it. Might have to file on that edge a bit. Or it's just me. But I've done this a million times with other knives. We'll do it that way. Maybe. Obviously when you're doing this type of thing you got to adjust for every type of knife. If the spine isn't necessarily real sharp, you can adjust that, but some of them need to be held at different angles. I'm going to go ahead and build this up, guys, and I'll be back to do some more testing with the Bravo. Got some stuff that I can baton over here. Let's see what this Bravo Survivor does on batoning. It's long enough so you can get a good thing on either side and not have to worry about bashing on the handle, which I like. And of course it's made out of the 3V, so it's going to be really strong. Very nice. Just going to break this up into some smaller chunks because obviously I'm not going to waste a whole bunch of my firewood on a day where I'm not going to camp. This is a huge kind of knot here at the bottom. I'll just see if we can't blast through it. If we don't dig down into the ground too far. I think we're almost there. Any of the other knives that I had, I wouldn't even have thought of doing that. Let me move on to, hopefully I can get something good out of here to do some feather sticks with. Put that on the fire. Baton through this quick. It's already pretty split, but and the way that this is so thick, it obviously splits right down in there very nicely and gets it started quicker than some of the other blades I have. It's all about girth. Alright, I think I am pretty well impressed with the way it batons. Not like it's surprising. That's one thing I definitely believed that it would do well. Let's see what we can do for a little bit of chopping here. Okay. Now, as you can see, if you hold the handle fairly flat, the blade tapers down towards the front. And the blade is also very thick, so this is going to make this thing front heavy, which is good for chopping. The blade has an amazing edge on it, so I think this is going to fare pretty well here. Yeah. Oh yeah. Way better than I thought even. I kind of was a little bit nervous because I wanted it to perform so well because of how much I like the thing. This thing is just like destroying this wood. Now you guys saw me do this not too long ago with the CFK tracker and that other CFK blade that I broke, which by the way I was able to return. The customer service was pretty good on that. However, if you buy anything from them on eBay that is labeled as something that's a cosmetic change, nowhere in the description do they say it's defective, but they told me that they would take the return one time because I was buying a defective blade, and I should, you know, take that upon myself to know that. But I don't understand how just something being cosmetic. The other one that I bought is cosmetic as well, but that's it. There's nothing wrong with it, and it didn't crack when I was hitting wood with it, so I was kind of disappointed in that. If you're selling something that's defective, you should probably put that in the, you know, the description as well. Just because it's got a flaw in the way it looks, it shouldn't affect how it's going to do its job. Otherwise, why would somebody buy it at all? Just to hang on their wall? Yeah, this is fun. This thing bites in amazingly hard. It's not slipping out of my hand whatsoever. This thing is a great chopper. Holy shit. I am putting no effort into this whatsoever. You guys have heard me before after I used Leroy and all that, all out of breath. Alright, moment of truth. Let's look at the blade edge. I have no shiny spots. Of course, you guys can probably not really tell. No shiny spots, no nicks, nothing. Just beautiful. This thing is amazing. I have been waiting to get this thing out here and try it out. Now, this is a hard piece of wood, and I'm down to the center of this thing with little effort. I have no doubt that I could chop this thing in half with just a little bit more effort than this. And again, no slippage at all. I feel like this is what I mean when I was saying before about that other blade that it feels slippery, and this is the first time I've ever kind of felt that. Normally I'm just like, you know, grip it harder, you know, get man hands. But this one, I'm sitting here wailing on this thing. No slippage. The shape of the handle, you get a good purchase back here. This fits into your grip really well, and I'm able to like whip this thing. And that's, I think, part of the reason why I'm not having to put in a ton of effort, because I'm able to get that nice whipping motion. And yeah, that's friggin' awesome, guys. This is easily, by far, right now, my favorite bark river that I've ever seen. I can't speak for them all as far as how they perform, because I obviously wish I had enough money to try them all, but I don't. So let's see if this thing can fine task it up. Let's see if we can get some feather sticks here. What a beautiful day, guys, finally. I was starting to really get down. I was trying to get you guys something a little more worth watching, but the weather was not cooperating with me. I really appreciate you guys sticking around and waiting for me to be able to get anything that's actually not me just sitting at my ugly table and wall, you know, showing you guys knives that I bought. As much as I love sharing that with you guys, I like to do this as well. So let's see if we can get any feather sticks here. Now you have the choke up finger choil here, so I can get, man, I am sorry about the lighting, but it's weird because the sun's coming through some spots and not in others. I can get a very good firm grip on this blade. It's going to be a little bit of a learning curve here for me with this one because it's so big and heavy that I think it might be hard for me to get fine feather sticks until I do it a few times, you know. There we go. I think I might have gotten it here. Yes, sir. Every knife is a little bit different in the way that it likes to bite in and feather stick, and even every blade has different spots that it does things better or worse with. So let's try this again from the start. Yeah. this stuff takes practice. People just think that you can just kind of stroll out here, and as long as you got a knife, all of a sudden you're a survivalist, and you would be fine if something bad happened. But truth of the matter is, I would rather practice with the things that I have and become an expert on, you know, the tools that I plan on using. Get out and test your stuff. Now guys, these aren't the prettiest, but are they going to get the job done? Hell yes. Those are nice and thin. Like I said, it's my first time using this blade for it, but I am 1000% convinced that this thing is going to be able to do everything that I want it to do. I don't currently have cordage to plow through. I don't believe I brought it. This is just, it was originally going to be, that felt nice, originally going to be an overnight trip, but then plans changed a bit, and I'm only, oh, hey, I might be able to give you one little, can't even get a hold of it, but yeah, it's totally fine for that. Let me grab this here. Let's see if we can't. You guys, this thing is amazing. I don't know if you just saw those two, so I'm going to do some more, but make sure I get it on camera. I mean, I'm not even trying. I just wanted to process this down so I could, you know, give you some more examples of this thing chopping. Again, I literally am letting the knife do all of the work. This thing is so amazing. I am so happy I bought in on this when they had the 3V come out. Made out of 3V super steel. You're not going to be able to break this thing. If you do break it, no questions asked, lifetime warranty on this and the sheath. Obviously nothing happened to that. Perfect still. And not only that, guys, these things are just amazing pieces of art. I love the way they look. Hey, there's something for survival. You could use it as a signaling mirror too. This thing does everything. Alright guys, I'm going to think of something else to do with this thing to test its ability out here. But already in the first 25-30 minutes I'm sold on this thing. I am 1000% excited that I bought this, and have no doubt that this thing is going to be able to be my all-around survival blade. Stick around and we'll do something else. Alright guys, what I have here is I have found a live, I want to call it just a little bit more than a sapling, but you can see that it's leaning here. It actually bends all the way over because we had, can't see that, but some larger trees that have fallen down on it. And I actually need badly to replace the one support beam in my shelter that collapsed under the weight of the snow. So this is actually going to work perfect for that, I think. So I'm going to try to chop this down with the Bravo Survivor. Kind of in an awkward position here, so bear with me. Biting in very deep. Steady. piece of that so I don't get drilled by it. Now, since it is being pushed over, I'm trying to just assess here what I've put myself underneath. So if this falls, all of that's going to fall. Yep. So what I want to do, just make sure, shit, I don't want my camera to get hit either. Let me move this back and zoom in. I'll be right back. Okay, I have positioned the camera back much further and trying to locate a position in which I will be able to avoid breaking my neck here. I think if I well, there's no real way around it. That is essentially the tree that is holding up these other ones. So don't try this at home. Hopefully I don't get hurt too bad. But I've committed. I was lying. Alright. So apparently they were on top of this one. It is bent over, but there's one more across. Oh, I see which one. That one right there. I think I might try to get this big one off of there just so it has a better chance. No problem for this beast. Just trying to save a young tree from certain death. Ugh. Here we go. All of those beautiful younger trees can straighten their ass out and live on. Sorry about that, guys. The things you gotta do out here. I don't recommend doing that. That was stupid. But anyway, let's focus on what we're really here for, and that is the amazing Bark River Bravo Survivor. CPM 3V, amazing edge, amazing look. There's nothing about this blade that isn't amazing. The sheath is very, very thick, very sturdy, very well built. Both products are backed by a no questions asked lifetime warranty, which I have seen in action on Bark River, the Bark River Knives Facebook group. Mike Stewart will reply to someone himself within minutes if they have any issue with anything that they bought that is Bark River. So, in conclusion, get a Bark River Bravo Survivor in CPM 3V. I know they exist in A2, haven't been able to test that myself. I'm sure that it's nothing short of amazing either, but anytime I can get 3V, I'm going for it. So, thank you guys for joining me at camp for a quick test of the Bravo Survivor. Wish you guys could actually be out here with me. Thank you for tuning in. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.